Welcome to Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. I'm Paul DeBartolomeo. In today's segment, we're going to discuss the striking member as they apply to conventional forcible entry. When we talk about conventional forcible entry in forcing an inward opening door, we often overlook the vital role the striking member takes in these operations. A big factor is what we're striking the Halligan with, all right? We have a choice here to make. We have a 6-pound axe and an 8-pound axe. The 8-pound axe is ideal for conventional forcible entry when dealing with an inward opening door. The 2 pounds may not seem like a lot, but if you break the numbers down, you're going to derive 33% more force, the average firefighter swinging this tool, which is going to convey to a more efficient and rapid entry of the door. So we're going to bring the guys up and we're going to talk a lot about proper stance, proper hand placement, proper communication, proper swing techniques to really derive the most force we can out of this device. Again, what we're trying to do is efficiently and effectively force this door. So we're going to go over all those steps, which are going to really concentrate on how to be a real good striking member when we're dealing with conventional inward opening doors. So the first thing we're going to talk about is hand placement on the axe, right? We want to get our hand out from underneath the blade of the axe. The problem is if we choke right up under the axe head and we're taking a swing at the Halligan and we miss, right, there's a good chance we're going to catch our knuckles in there and cause an injury. So what we try to do, we put a little tape marking our company a couple inches down from the head of the axe. That's a real good landmark for your upper hand. Your lower hand, you want to space it down the tool, right? Getting our hands apart a little bit like that is going to allow us to create more torque, which is going to increase our acceleration, thus increasing our force. So our hands spaced nicely on the tool like that is very important in this operation. All right? Our swing profile. How are we swinging at this Halligan? A lot of times what we see in the field is that firefighters are coming across sideways to try to make that hit. All right? The tools aren't really designed to work in this fashion. The proper stance here, the proper striking profile is perpendicular. You want the head of the axe perpendicular to the head of the Halligan, right? We derive our strikes right there. All our force is transferred right down the shaft of the tool to the forks, which we are trying to drive in between the door and the frame, right? So these are two critical points when you're lining up on that tool. Another issue we see is how firefighters are swinging this axe. A lot of times they're relying on just their arms to drive the Halligan into place, right? That's going to result in a lot less force and a lot quicker fatigue, right? When you're just swinging the tool with your arms. What we'd rather see is a more rotational swing, engaging your hips. I equate it to sports. If you were swinging a baseball bat or a hockey stick, you wouldn't just swing with your arms. You want to get your body in there. When we rotate our body, we're creating rotational acceleration. One of the key components of force is that acceleration. The more we can accelerate that axe, the more force we're going to generate in getting this tool set. So Firefighter Rigged here is going to show you on Captain Pap's commands how we're going to rotate and really strike that Halligan the proper way. Hit, 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 drive. So we saw the commands there, right? Captain Pap called for each individual hit. Firefighter Rigged rotated in with the axe, struck the Halligan in the right spot, the head of the Halligan, right? This is a very coordinated and communicated operation because that Halligan is constantly moving from about the 45-degree angle out to the 90-degree angle. Once he feels the tool is in a position where we can now set it properly to depth, he's going to call for the drive phase. The other command in this sequence was to drive. When the command to drive is given, Firefighter Rigged here delivers a series of rapid blows to set the Halligan to depth. But you'll notice his swings are still under control, right? He's coming back and he's realigning every time. He's reloading for a more efficient hit. And he's going to do that until the command of stop is given. When the command stop is given, the tool has reached its set depth. It doesn't need to be driven in any deeper. So there is a lot of communication and coordination between these two members. Captain Pap is controlling the operation, all right? But they're under control, working in a very methodical nature here to get this tool set efficiently and effectively.
Stop!
So now the guys are transitioning into a position where they want to force the door. So you see Firefighter Riggett placed his axe on the deck. They both have their feet on the axe. That tool is there for a purpose. We may need it if we have to transition to another operation with the Halligan. We can use it to chock the door, all right? But it's there under their foot, so if this door opens up, smoke condition comes down, they can get down on their knees and reliably have their tool. They've got it under control. You notice their hands on the bar? They're open. They're not gripping the bar. We want that tool to get flush with the door. If we're gripping that bar, we're going to pinch our fingers behind that shaft on the door. All right, so here we see they went to force the door, but they notice that there's additional resistance up top. So they have to make a move and withdraw the Halligan from the door to reposition it to go after that other lock. But they want to control their purchase here. They don't want to lose their progress. Firefighter Riggett is going to use his axe. He's going to use the blade of the axe like a chock. At this point, he has to have good situational awareness and kind of read this door. We know our resistance is up high. If he turned his axe with the handle up to try to chock the door, he's now blocking out the progress of our Halligan. Captain Pap is going to want to go up there and start attacking that upper lock. The axe handle's in his way. So the striking member's situational awareness has to be dialed in here to where he gets his blade in, he's holding our progress. Captain Pap can now withdraw his Halligan and reset up high where they would go after that upper lock and force that door. So in this segment, we talked about the vital role that the striking member plays in conventional forcible entry when we're dealing with inward opening doors. Right from the top, hand positioning, how you swing the tool, where you hit on the Halligan, your situational awareness and the communication and the methodical nature that goes on between the irons firefighter and the can firefighter is really going to help to have an efficient and effective entry process. Not much is said about the striking member, but they play a vital role in this operation on the fire ground. I'd like to thank you for watching Fire Engineering Training Minutes. I'm Paul DeBartolomeo.